All right, welcome to another episode of the Love Experience with James Hill.
And Dr. Amber Hill.
Who we got in the building?
Lanika.
All right, Lanika, nice to meet you. So how we met, I think, over the phone, right?
Yes.
And then okay. Yep. So what y'all want to talk about today?
Let's talk about the single life, right? What is it
single
like
life?
being out here being single?
Let's talk about it.
Okay. All right. So just give us a little bit of background about your story.
Okay, so I've been divorced for 10 years now. I got married really, really young. I think I was 22 and then got divorced at 37, 38. So I really didn't date. I went from high school, college, home, married.
Okay.
So I never really dated. I just got married, had kids. So I didn't start dating until 38, 39, 40.
Mm-hmm. So how long were you married?
I was married for 16 years.
So 16 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what did you learn from that experience?
The number one thing I learned is nobody, no one, no man is responsible for my happiness.
Say that again.
For real. And I learned it the hard way. And it really was just expecting all these expectations I have for my ex-husband. And I was young. We were young. But I just remember this one day I was really upset with him. And I can't even remember why now, but I remember hearing God's voice. And he was like, your happiness is not his responsibility. And I looked around like, well, why ain't it? I'm trying to make him happy. Why isn't he making me happy? But when I heard his voice, I said, okay, and I guess that's something I need to work on.
So how long did you wrestle with hearing his voice?
Oh, I knew it was his voice because I wouldn't say that. Because in my mind, why aren't you here to make me happy? I'm making you happy. I'm giving you everything you want. So you can give me a little bit of happiness. But it was too much pressure for him. And I was just young, and I come from marriage. My parents are still married. 50 years, they're still together. So that's my foundation. So I'm like, well, we married, so we're going to make it work. I don't care.
So what was once you heard God's voice, how long did it take you to transition and say, okay, this is not working for me? Is it anything that we can work on together to make this work, or this is it? This is it.
Well, I heard that. I heard God tell me that early on in my marriage. So I would say 10 years after that, I was still like, okay,
so you weren't obedient.
I ain't worried about him making me happy because that's not even the point. We got new problems. So I'm going to be happy, but I need him to work on this. But God was always dealing with me. Mm-hmm. When I would pray about him, it always came back to me. And then, when you get married that young, your early 20s, you really don't know who you are. I don't even know who that young 20-year-old girl is. I don't know her. She is not me today.
Right. So that person's dead and gone.
She's dead and gone.
Right.
So I wouldn't advise anyone to get married in your 20s unless you can sustain it. But for me, I was just a different person. We just kind of grew up and grew away from each other. Mm-hmm. And,
I will say we was married 22 and 23 and we still hanging in there. We grew up together, right?
But you know what? The biggest thing is y'all both wanted to do it and stay committed.
Yeah.
You can't keep a marriage together if it's only just one of y'all that want it.
Right.
So that's a word right there.
That's another thing I learned. Like, okay, so I'm fighting, but you not. Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to do something else. It's not going to be this.
So now that you transitioned to the single world, what was that aha moment? Because we have a lot of friends who are departing their marriages as well. And when you get out there, it looks like, yay, on both parts, the male and the female. But then it's like, ooh, it's rough out here.
Okay, so for me, I know this for a fact. There is no way, and this is just my story, there's no way that I could have healed staying in my marriage. Him in my face, I couldn't heal like that. I had a lot of stuff that I had to heal from because, again, we were very young. So we kind of grew up together in a sense. And I was just a different woman. I needed to heal from some emotional stuff within my marriage. I can't do that looking at you, and I don't want to. So
You
it
keeping
worked.
it
It
real.
worked for me. It worked for me to be on my own because remind you, I came from my parents' home to being married. I never lived on my own. I didn't have my own place until I was 38 after I got divorced. So with me and my kids, that was the first time I was just like able to exhale. Even my kids were like, "Mom, you're so different." And I'm like, "I know."
But was it scary?
It was terrifying. And I expected, you know, the fight. Like, I'm going to fight for my marriage, for my ex-husband. I'm going to fight for my family. He was like,
He was like deuces.
and I'm like, it kind of backfired. Like, oh, you don't want to fight for us? Okay, well. So yeah, it was terrifying. And it literally took me 2 straight years on my knees. And the one time I got up off my knees is because I heard God again. He was like, get up from this place. And I was like, my tears dried up in that moment because I felt like I was tired of myself. And then it was like confirmation, like, okay, you've mourned the relationship. You've cried for 2 years.
Right.
Get up from this place and go. Because he got married 5 months after we got divorced. 5 months.
Oh, so he wasn't blamed.
Yep.
So he had his boo thing.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Why would you let this happen? God, he like, get up. You good, get up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just what I had to do for me. So, but
So you did the you work.
I did.
You
I
had to do the
really
you
did.
work.
I did. I didn't go to therapy, which I probably should have, but being in God's presence is therapy too, because I'm private. So sometimes I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to tell nobody how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it. I'm just going to pray and, let God do what he needs to do on the inside of me. But being single and dating, I'm thinking about therapy now.
So how is it? How is it now? Single and dating out
Okay,
here.
so it's not the dating part. It's meeting someone, getting into a relationship, thinking y'all on the same page because y'all done talked about it because we all over 40.
Right.
And we should learn how to communicate. So I'm dating to get married. I want to get married again.
Right.
That's on the table. Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm a family person.
So you put that out there to them.
I'm so serious.
And how do they be like,
oh,
okay.
they flow with it like, yeah, me too. Until you with them, year 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they want to change their mind. I'm like, oh, so you're a liar.
Oh.
You're an actor. That's who you are? Okay. So that's the only thing. Dating is cool. I love dating. Even when I get married again, I'm still going to date.
Right.
It's when you get into relationships with these people that are telling you, I guess, what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Even though you've laid out on the table what you want and y'all have had the conversation and it sounds like everybody on the same page. But when somebody flips on you, what can you do? Okay, well,
I did have a lot of single friends, and they said it's really, really
it's
hard
silly.
out there. And once we over, like you said, we over 40. I don't have time
I
to
don't.
waste, right?
and I'm
we
not.
don't. We don't have
And I'm
time.
not.
We don't have the time to play
not
those
doing it.
games.
No.
And if I gave you the expectation at the beginning, you know what I am looking and heading towards.
Absolutely.
Please don't waste my
Please don't.
time.
Give me the courtesy of honesty. Please. Like, let's talk about it. When your feelings start changing for me, tell me then. Don't wait for 2 years.
Right.
Wow.
Because
But
you knew
maybe-
you was
yeah.
feeling like this
At
a
the
minute
beginning.
ago.
Right. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe they just, once you come with the real deal, they just not ready.
I'm real from the beginning.
Right.
I didn't just get
I
real
know, but
as we went along. Like, I'm very clear on my boundaries. This is what I want. Don't do this, this, and this, and we're good. And I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for honesty, integrity.
right.
Tell me the real. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the honest truth.
So have you had those conversations
About
and what,
why?
Yeah, the
Why?
why, and then what are the responses?
Usually it's just a blanketed, response. I'm just not ready.
You be like, man, you 50. How you ain't ready? But go ahead.
I'm just not ready. it's just some things I still need to do. Well, go do them and call me later. Like, don't waste my time because I've already done that. I can't get them 16 years back. And I have my beautiful sons. I have all boys. Maybe that was the reason for the marriage, but I still can't get 16 years back. And I don't have another 16 to waste on you, you, or you.
Yeah, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, not dating again after 40.
Don't do that. Just tell me what you feel when you feel it. So I can decide, okay, well, I'm going to ride this out with you. Or, you know what? You're probably right. Let's just go our separate ways. You do what you need to do. And if we're supposed to be together, then we'll be back together. But don't waste my time.
Now, do you feel like the social media is playing an impact in the relationships? Like, are they who they really are?
I don't know because I'm not on social media. If I see somebody on social media, I'm going to look real quick and get off, but I'm not going to try to figure out who they are through social media. That's what we go on dates for. Face to face. Let's just talk about it. Let me see you in your element, me in my element. I don't need no social media. I get tired of scrolling in like 5 minutes.
Right.
So whatever you put on social media, I probably don't even see it. I'm more of a face to face, hands on. Let's do that. So you can act how you want to act on social media, and God's gonna tell me anyway if you acting up. So I don't even care.
Now, what type of man are you looking for? Are you looking for African American, or you date outside your race?
I'm not looking for anyone.
Yeah, like
I'm not looking for anyone.
No, I'm just saying your parameters, like ideally.
My type is a black man.
Okay.
I feel like white men will probably not get me. I don't know. That's just how I feel. But my daddy's black, my uncle's black, so my son's black, so I'm black. That's just what I like. Okay. But I'm looking more for characteristics of a person, because I don't have a type. You know, some people have a type. They got to look like this, be this, you know, that's
false
not me.
Expectations.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking for that. I am just looking for somebody that can treat me kindly, be honest with me, have some integrity, and fight fair. Don't try to hurt me because you mad at me. Because if I hurt you, you're going to be angry. And you're not going to like me no more. So play fair, fight fair. But I don't think I'm asking for too much. I really don't. I'm self-sufficient. My kids grown. I can pay my bills.
Now, do you see that that's something that men probably be shy away from? You being so strong, independent, financially stable, and they might think like, what can I bring to the table?
Okay, so when I'm in a relationship, I'm a damsel in distress.
Okay.
So help me. I'm not I'm a traditional woman when it comes to, you know, letting a man lead. You know, I'm a cook for you, clean. I'm gonna do all of that. So I don't have to be like strong and independent because I really don't want to be.
Amen.
I am that because I have to be, not because I want to be. My parents are from the South. They're both military. Look where I come from. So I got to have some type of strength. But no, I want the man to be the man. Take care of me and I'm going to take care of you. It's so simple in my mind. It's so simple. I don't understand where the problem is, but I have been told that I'm too strong on some things. And I'm like, so the first thing I do, I call my daddy. Daddy, what does it mean when a man tells you too strong? His first word, oh, he weak. You don't need him. He weak. Yeah. I said, you know, that's what I thought, but I ain't say it because I'm a woman.
But you up front and honest. So
what's wrong with honesty?
No, I'm just saying maybe they were deceptive. And that's what it was.
And that's so hard to accept because you don't need to be deceptive. But I feel like when you're in a relationship, like dating, when you're casually dating, which I don't do much of, I'm going to date you until I figure out if I'm going to like you and keep you in my life or not. 2 dates. And I already know, like, oh, I probably don't really like him like that. So we're not going to go any further. But if we're dating and we're in a exclusive relationship and we're still dating, you know, because you still got to get to know each other. We've had many conversations. What are you confused about? You know I'm an honest person, so be honest with me.
Right.
If you can't be, say that.
Yeah.
I just can't be honest with you. Okay, well, you're a liar, and I'm just going to leave. Like, I'm not going to even keep going forward with this. You've told me who you are. But people, men, and I don't know why, maybe they're intimidated. I wouldn't say by me, or maybe they're insecure, but why not just show a person who you really are? Just do that. And if she don't like you, she don't like you.
Do you think that, do you see a pattern? Are you having the same type of men that's coming into your life?
No, I meet all types of different men.
And you still getting the same results?
But I meet different men, but I'm not in relationships with
Right.
all of them.
Oh, mhm.
So yeah, I meet somebody every time I go somewhere. I meet somebody, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to turn into a date.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only had maybe 2 relationships that I'm going to count since I've been divorced.
Okay.
Because everyone don't count. Sorry. Y'all say it. She don't count. Don't
Right.
say nothing about her. She don't count. We say it too.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know. I don't know.
Men got some women, they like, she don't even count. I was going through something.
Oh, you just talking. You just talking. Getting
Yeah.
information. Gathering information.
But the relationship,
Don't even.
that was a phase. Yeah. Because I did have a phase when I first got divorced. You know, I wasn't out here like that, but you know, I tried some new things. I'm like, oh, that's not for me, but I tried it. And I figured out that ain't for me.
Mhm.
So those not the count.
He don't
She's
count.
like, they ain't on the belt.
He don't count. That's not for me. He don't count. That's not a relationship. That's just something I tried. But the relationships that I was in, it was the honesty thing. I'm like, you know me. Like, we've been kicking it for several years now.
Oh.
And you don't know how to be honest with me? Are you afraid?
Or they weren't who they really were.
Again, that's honesty. Who are you hiding from?
I know.
You is 45 and up. Who are you hiding from? And why are you in a relationship then? Why are you trying to pursue me so heavily?
Mm-hmm.
But you lying about who you are? Like, that's dumb. It's a waste of time.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you get the reactions from me, now I'm crazy, you know, confrontational, too strong. I'm like, okay.
And as African American women, we tired of hearing that word. We're too
Listen,
strong.
I had a cold conversation.
of
When
it
that
too.
was spoken to me, it took me 2 days to get my whole thought together, because we're going to talk about that. Because what you should never do is tell a Black woman she's too strong on anything, you know, like, and if you're going to say it, don't just say it and leave it and think we just supposed to be like, oh, he said I'm too strong. No, tell me why you think I'm too strong. Let's talk about it.
And it hurts more when it comes from the men that look like us, right?
The men that should understand our
that
strength,
should-
because we
that-
always holding y'all up,
Our
holding y'all
history.
down, up, around the corner. We doing it, so y'all should know. So yeah, I had that conversation. I'm like, my daddy told me that. I didn't say that, but
I mean,
in the back of my mind, I was like, first of all, you weak. So, but no, I was just like, explain to me why you think I'm too strong. Let's talk about it. I started like that, and then I'm like, well,
and
just
why
so
does
you
that
know.
bother
I
you,
mean,
right?
but what did they say? Like, what?
I didn't mean you was, you know, too strong on everything, just that one thing. Oh, so basically you didn't like my response.
You was direct, and they couldn't handle it, or the gentleman couldn't handle that. That's
And
what
then
I'm
my
doing.
follow-up question was, do you want a passive woman? Is that who you want?
Some do.
Because you know I'm not her, and you knew 3-4 years ago that I wasn't her.
Right,
So why is it a problem now?
right. I don't know. I don't know that answer. I don't know
But
that
like
answer.
I said, some people,
Yeah.
you know,
Man,
maybe they just come to realize, like, you know what? She good in every other way. She just not for me. Say that then.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it.
Not,
Stop.
not after year 3, 2, 3.
Listen.
because really, that's when you serious. That's when you
Yeah.
really should be like, all right, we talking about getting married.
No, we have talked about it. Went and picked out rings.
Y'all did? Oh, yeah.
Making appointments with housing developments.
Family, meeting each other's
Families
families.
integrated. Everybody love
Oh, that's
everybody.
playing the
My
game.
mama like you and she don't like nobody.
Right.
And now you need some time? I'm like, Jesus, am I slow? Is it me? Because I don't know what happened. And this is fresh. So I'm just like, maybe it's me. Well, God tell me, because he ain't telling me nothing. So you tell me what it is. Because I get nothing. Matter of fact, there's no communication.
None.
Listen, When I have to detach, I'm detaching. So
like,
that's single life. Like you in a relationship, you meet somebody, you in a relationship, it don't work out, detach. Because if not, what you gonna do? Stalk them? Pull up? Ain't nobody doing that. I'm old. I'm tired. I gotta
Right.
work tomorrow. Like I'm not
The,
doing that.
the main thing, like you said, just got to be honest. That's it. Honesty.
I don't know
That's
why
it.
it's so hard.
But it could be vice versa. It could be because I talked to a couple of gentlemen, African American males, and they said the same thing, like the honesty part, like the deception. Like some of these women out here, they running games. Some of these men out here, they running games and they playing Peter Pan
For
and
years?
they never gonna go. Yeah, I mean it's the
That's
game.
crazy.
But you got people that's 60, 70 that still living that lifestyle. Like they never gonna grow old.
I don't want them, man.
They not
so
gonna
it don't
mature.
even matter about them.
No.
I don't want
They
them
just not.
anyway. But that's unfortunate.
Right.
It really is.
And that might be the reality that we might be facing with some of our men and women, that they never gonna grow old. They're gonna be
you
childish.
ain't gotta grow old, just grow up.
Right, but they're gonna maintain to be childish the rest of their days.
So when you thinking about the next steps now, especially since it's kind of fresh,
Mm-hmm.
do you still believe that your Boaz is out there?
Yeah, I sure do. Because when I was going through my healing and doing the work, I had specific prayers. And I pray, Lord, don't make me bitter. I don't want to be an angry, bitter woman. I believe in love. I believe in marriage. You didn't let this go as far as it could have because you see what I don't see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And full circle, yep, he saw what I ain't see. I see it now, but I ain't see it back then. So, I mean, there's comfort in that. Like, okay, sometimes things just don't work out because God said, no, I got something better.
Yeah.
Don't settle for this. Even though we settle and we get in it, he still pull us out of it. But you still have the emotions.
Mhm.
So, no, he out there.
Have you ever wrote down the characteristics? Like I journal and I believe in manifesting what I want. Have you been specific and say, okay, Lord, first do it your will, because you know my flesh might want something else. I need you to do
Yes.
X, Y, Z,
Yes.
and write it down in my journal and pray that that person that I'm thinking I want will come to me.
I have 4 journals. One of them is a dream journal because I'm a dreamer. God speaks to me through dreams. And I'm telling you, this last guy, he checked off all my
the
whole
boxes.
list. I gave my list to one of my homies. He was like, you ain't getting that list back. That list ain't real. Then I meet somebody
Right.
who check off everything on the list.
I don't. Yeah.
I was be like, okay, God, my next list is gonna
Listen,
be.
I ain't got no list. I'm like, you know
Yeah,
what,
that's
God,
what I'm
just show
thinking.
me.
Just have a
'cause
blank
honestly, I don't
slate.
know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
Just have a blank slate. Don't put no
No.
expectations.
I just
And whoever it is gonna be
wait.
whoever
No
it is.
expectations.
No, I'm talking about us putting a checklist of somebody. Oh, you gotta be 6 foot.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
that. It was really characteristics. It
Oh,
wasn't
yours
how
was
they
characteristic.
looked.
Okay.
It was, I need somebody that I can kick it with, but I need somebody I can worship with.
Yes,
Because I'm a
yes.
church girl.
Mhm.
Like that's my foundation. I still got a little turn up in me, but I'm getting on my knees. I'm reading my word. I'm trying to get as close to God as possible.
Right.
So I need somebody that I can do that with because I never had that. He checked that one off.
Well, he assumed it. He faked it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe it's just me. 'Cause maybe it's just me. Maybe he figured out I wasn't for him.
Right.
But I accepted everything. And I'm very accepting because I want to be accepted.
Mhm.
Nobody's perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. You got flaws. Me too.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
cool.
we all do. Yeah, we
It's
all
cool.
do.
I'm going to accept yours, but why can't you accept mine?
Right.
So what I got an attitude today? I was loving you and cooking for you last week. Remember that. I'm just having a moment right now. Let me get over my moments.
Right. But we
But
all
I'm still
pop
the same
off.
person. Like,
Yeah, we all pop off. So
yeah, but listen, when I pop off, I get you too strong. I can't accept your response, but I can accept your raggediness.
Yeah.
But you can't accept me having a bad hormonal day.
yeah, we got to be more realistic.
So if you have, what tips will you give single women and men out there that is trying to look for love?
Like really look for love and look for like a partnership, or just because
Partnership.
everybody ain't looking for the same thing.
We talking about the ones who are looking for marriage.
I would say pray. And the number one thing when you're dating, when you're meeting somebody, always ask God, show me what I can't see.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that actually happened for me. And, I was disobedient, didn't pay attention, but he showed me.
He's like, I'm
He
showing
showed
you.
me.
I'm showing you.
And when
yeah.
I was disobedient, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, you did answer my prayer. And I'm so sorry. I will never do it again. But yeah, just ask God to show you what you can't see before you meet the person. Because, you'll meet somebody and you'll be like, oh, he fine. She's beautiful. Yeah, she might be the one. He might be the one.
And no.
And it's a no.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no. So pray and ask God, show me what I can't see. Be open-minded and don't have a type, because your type might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know somebody and know what you want, like the core of the person.
Yeah.
Like what type of core of a person do you want? Forget what they look like. Forget how much money they make. What are the essentials of a man or woman that
who is that person?
you need in your life? You don't want to compromise on it. That's what you need to be happy. And everything else, you can work around that. But if you can love somebody at their core, I feel like you can get through anything with them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like you right now, but I love you. So we'll come back and talk about this. I just don't like you right now, but I'm always love you.
Now, in the dating scene, are people looking for relationships or long-term like marriages?
They say it. You know what the new pickup line is?
No.
You look like you my wife. I hate people saying that.
They be trying.
I'll be like, did God tell you that? That's my response. Did God tell you?
How many times you been hearing that? Like,
I have heard that since I've been single. You look like you my wife. God ain't tell me that. You was my husband. So I don't even know why. You probably said that to the last woman you looked at. Like, that's dumb. That's a dumb pickup line for men to use. Don't say that. Don't say it. Because you don't mean it.
Right. But like I said, it's probably the game. Like as men, we like to chase, we like to hunt. And that's part of the game.
Okay, well, when somebody don't fall for it, it ain't her.
Like next.
Yeah, I know, but
sorry, it's not you. It's the other one.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. And one of the things that spoke to me, what that you said was the core.
The core.
What we might think is supposed to be our Boaz may not be who God has sent us.
Right.
I always tell people, me and my husband's like night and day, right?
Really?
We are night and day. I'm outside, he an introvert. I love to dance. He never liked to dance.
I'll be outside, nature. She don't like nature.
I like to be in the house.
She got allergies.
But
the one thing we
together.
like to do is pop off. Because like I said,
so we do got that in common. We will.
Yeah, because once you get on my nerves, I'm going to pop off on you. I'm going to have an attitude and I'm going to pick your buttons.
Okay, we can stop now.
Yeah, I'm going to pick your buttons. I love it.
He does. So people always like, you guys got that fairy tale love story. And I was like, not really.
Right.
I said he was not the image of who I would have picked to be my husband, but
and that's okay.
He is who God sent for me to make me better, and we grew together.
Yes,
and we worked on this love story together, and maybe that's why we are still together with God in the center. So I love when you said that, because we want 6 foot. Dark chocolate, blah blah blah. That
$1 million.
And guess
he
what?
Out there, but he
out there, but he ain't for you. And you go. I need somebody to protect me emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, all of those type of things.
You need that at your core. I need you to have that at your core.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, marriage is up and down, relationships, and I still at the end of the day, this is my best friend.
Yeah,
and I will ride and die with him till the wheels fall off.
That's right.
Right. But I would never have pictured. 'Cause we're two different people, right? We are totally two different people.
Oh, we are. Yeah, like I said, when we first met,
He said I was aggressive.
Yeah, she was aggressive.
I-
Ordering my food.
That's another word. That's
Yeah.
another trigger word.
Yeah,
like, you was a-
aggressive. I'm like, man,
but
you
I
gonna
was an
order my
athlete,
food?
right?
I'm like, you
I
gonna
was
order
an
my
athlete.
meal?
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna let me lead?
But it worked.
Right.
I got him.
I got him.
Well, it
And
was
he
opposite
stayed,
ways.
right?
No, it was
And
opposite.
he right here.
But it was opposite ways. It was opposite ways.
I
like
was
I
totally
said.
different from the other women that he dated.
Nah, you was the same. You was aggressive.
You the
was
same. Y'all love aggressive.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
we
love that
it.
word.
We
That's
love
a trigger
it.
word.
But we love it.
She too
Like I said,
aggressive.
the challenge, and the excitement. Like I said, life is good. This relationship thing is good. It goes ups and downs, but it's good. I mean, it's definitely good.
That's good.
But we like to say thank you once again for
Thanks
coming on
for
the show.
having me. I had a ball.
Yeah, we like to hear the perspectives of single life and what actually is going out in this world and not the fictitious what people say in social
Yeah.
media on the other
lying.
podcasts. They're like, look, this is the real. It's hard being out here
It
single.
is. It's hard to know what people telling the truth. I mean, you give your heart to somebody, you be like, you've been lying all this time.
And we too old, y'all. Look,
Oh.
we over 40. It's time to just be honest.
Right.
So I think we're gonna have another speed communication event. We're gonna be in the works for it.
But only if they are
I know.
honest and ready for
Yeah, don't
love
even
and
come.
relationships.
They
Don't
was
come
tripping
and
last
just
time.
don't
Last
come
time
and
they was
just
tripping.
say you want love, but then
Right.
you don't put that effort.
Yeah.
It takes two people
Well,
to put
we're
effort
gonna
in a
have
relationship.
another speed single communication event.
Because people been asking, but are you really ready for love?
And then I don't need to be hunting
Really?
you down too. Like you coming up with excuses like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm broken. I don't want to hear that.
And women don't want to hear it either.
Yeah,
Go get
yeah.
help, get fixed, and get
Yeah.
healed.
So if
Or we
have
can
this
get
event-
healed together, right?
or
We
we
can do
gonna
this
have
thing
this
together.
event.
Yeah, we
We're
can
gonna
do it
have this
together
event
too.
next time. So yeah. That's
So
That
thank
sounds
you
good.
again
Thank
for coming to
you.
the Love Experience with
James Hill.
and Dr. Amber Hill.